I know you're not doing good. He didn't pass that physical.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, driving the top production, open sports mic. We got breaking news.
Let's
We
let
got
Rav break this news so we can get a full Baltimore reaction
Let's
right
break
off the
this
bat.
news because I want to see Rav
we got
cry.
Charles, Bear, Jeremy. And we're
Well,
not
let
wasting-
me tell you a little Detroit self something. I'm a grown man. I don't cry. I don't care what the circumstance. There ain't no
As his voice
females in this
cracks as he
stream.
says it.
Oh, with all due respect to y'all watching, we don't cry.
I love you. I love you. I'm just
All
messing
right.
with you, and you know it.
All right.
But Max
said it.
Crosby
That's right. I
is
said
no
it.
longer
That's
a Raven. He failed his physical and got shipped back. They get their 15th pick this year and next year's first round pick back.
So yeah,
Or not.
Ravens
What's
fans
the quick
are
reaction, Rav?
disappointed.
What's-
Obviously, Max Crosby failed the physical. This is not the first time the Ravens have done this. Obviously, the most high profile. Several years ago, they signed a wide receiver, Ryan Grant. Good, almost good for the Colts a couple years ago. And they signed him in free agency and backed out because I think they wanted to sign Crabtree after the fact. I'm hoping from the Ravens side, that's just what's going on. They see Trey Hendrickson, hey, they have a shot to get him in as well. So they backed out of the trade. Raiders are pissed. They put it all on the Ravens.
Let's just remind everyone something. None of these signings or anything are official till what time tomorrow?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. Eastern, 3 Central. So now, look with the Ravens deal, some people are making this more than it is. The Ravens knew about Max's knee when they made the deal because that was disclosed. Hell, everyone in the NFL knew Max Crosby had a knee operation done. That was known. The thing is when the Ravens doctor looked at it, they decided they didn't like the amount of risk that they want. 32 teams, 32 doctors, 32 different amounts of risks that they're willing to assume. Is this to say that Max Crosby ends up with the Raiders? Not necessarily. The Cowboys doctors could be like, hey, you know what? We're good. The Bears, the Lions, any of those other teams could be like, you know what? We'll assume that risk with the knee injury and take it.
I heard it's a bigger thing than just the meniscus not healing, though. I heard it's a degenerative knee disease.
They just announced it, 32 minutes ago, and I hadn't heard that. I've had NFL Network live.
No. I'm saying through my circles.
Well, if it's degenerative, once again, then some team, the Ravens said maybe the Ravens, that's what they diagnosed and that's what they're going with. Another doctor may not say that. Another doctor, another team may not care. Or the team may not care and be willing to accept that risk. Now, what does this mean for the Raiders? Well, they still have the money in their cap, right, to absorb it. So, okay, we've added all these people, and now we get to keep Max. Bonus. Or they still move them, but maybe now the asking price is changed. Unless maybe, like I said, the Cowboys come up and say, hey, we'll still give you the 2 first. We're fine with it. It adds a wrinkle for sure.
These physicals are the other one I was thinking about besides the Ryan Grant thing was when Nick Saban was coaching the Dolphins years ago, he had to sign a quarterback, Drew Brees and Dante Culpepper. He was going to sign Brees until the medicals came in. They weren't happy with what they saw. They wound up signing Culpepper. And the rest is history. Culpepper had a whole bunch of injury issues, and Brees goes off and becomes the greatest quarterback in the world. So these medical things are different for each team.
Right.
Crosby might play 10 more years with a degenerate, and he could be degenerative. So we don't know.
To give you kind of an idea, I've been retired 8 years now. So about 10 years ago, when I was preparing to retire from the military, I went to my doc, who was a prior service guy like myself, another 04 type, said, Doc, run me a full blood panel. I want everything that can be wrong with me to be found now because I'm thinking claim it on VA, right? That's what you do. Came back in my blood work that I have a chronic or a back issue where basically at some point the spinal fluid will become like cement, whatever that is called. I may never get it, but I've been diagnosed with this degenerative back thing. I may never get it, but I've been diagnosed with it. Well, the same thing could be true with Max Crosby. Well, he's got this degenerative knee issue. Okay, it may never affect him during his playing days. It might not even affect him until he's 50, 60 years old. But the Ravens don't want to take that risk if what JB is saying is true. Or if they're saying, because we know it was a rebuild, not a shave. Maybe they're not happy where the progress is, and they're thinking, we don't want to make this big trade and have him miss the first 6 weeks of the season. Right? We want him available now, especially for what we're paying.
So here's my question: with the signings and everything, I know they didn't happen yet, but with all the money and everything, are the Raiders going to be close to being over cap now?
The Raiders
with
are still
Crosby back with Crosby back on the team.
They still have cap space.
They'll still have
cap
20 million left because they had 50 million left after the signings. He's 30 million.
They can afford to
and that 20 million already included his 5 million dead cap, which becomes salary again. And get the 30 million is the only thing that comes out of that. What they lost
so they were at 55. Now they're at 25.
Right.
I would say Adam's point is valid in the sense of I think the Raiders just don't have players. So they have a unique situation where they don't have a lot of cap. This really could have been catastrophic in a lot of situations because they spent a lot of money yesterday.
Their
and now they're
defense
taking
just
on all this cap.
Hella better.
Well, I mean,
they would pay and Max Crosby.
Let's Ravi. Let's be clear. They didn't spend any money yesterday. Not $1 has been spent yet, unless it was someone on their own roster that they re-signed.
Right.
These are all. None of these contracts have been spent yet. So that's why I said what I said when I started. All these guys we think we're getting, like, hey, I'm getting Devin Bush, I'm getting Black Mamba Football Edition. Might not happen until they become official tomorrow. They could still not happen.
But it's only happened 10 times since 2000 that
rare.
Somebody hasn't signed. So, the chances of it, considering how many signings are done every offseason, are slim to none. But yes, it can happen. Other than the resigning of Rock Yassin and Malcolm Rodriguez, everybody, all four other signings are maybes.
But for the Raiders, what does this mean? I think is Rav's question. And by the way, Rav, I don't know if you saw what happened to you on X. I caught it yesterday. Okay. So yeah, no one respond to any inboxes from Rav, please. He had happened to him what happened to me in November.
Oh, you're having one of those moments, huh, Rav?
Yeah, I was gonna go over that later, but yeah, that's I get home and somebody's hacked the account. I can't get in.
And X is going to be of no help to you. They still haven't responded to any of my messages. Okay, so here for the Raiders, here's what they did, right? In terms of defensive ends, they only re-signed Malcolm Kuntz. Everything else, they got Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean. They got some corners.
Linderbaum.
Right? They got Linderbaum. Dude.
And Quiddy
K-Ron at corner. Keeping Max does not make them double up on any of their acquisitions.
Nope.
He's just now you're looking at a whole new defense, and you've got a stud center with a first round with the number 1 overall quarterback, and now you've got a receiver to go with that, with a tight end and a running back. I mean, and they still got money to spend where they can go out and get some more offensive line help. And next thing you know, I was thinking when I was talking to Joe this morning, one of the co-hosts for the morning show, he's a big Raiders fan. We were talking after the show, and I was like, look, if you guys get 6 wins, that's success this year. Right? You're going to double your win total, and you're going to have the 2 first rounders that you got from the trade, because of the trade. And then next year you could be a 9-10. I think now if you keep Max Crosby and do what they did, maybe that adjusts now to they're maybe a 7 or 8 win team this season.
I think Bo Nix and Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert got a little scared.
They should.
Seeing these Raiders
twice
now.
Who's happy right now? Joe Burrow.
Right. Right.
Yes,
he doesn't
Jay.
have to face. He doesn't have to face the triple monster in 6 games.
Joe Burrow just said, "I might live."
Now I have a question. The way this is going down, I don't think there's a snowball chance you know what Max Crosby's a Raider 6
Why?
months from now.
Why?
Well, 6 months from now, you're talking about the trade deadline. That's a different story.
No. Max Crosby is not going to start the year as a Raider.
I think he does.
Well,
No.
I want to hear. Wait, I want to hear Dylan's why, because Dylan, before you give me your why, understand this: the way he left the Raiders and what he said all the right things. The Raiders said all the right things. There should be zero bad blood there. But please give me your why.
Here's why. If Max Crosby was on the trade front, and the Raiders were going to trade him for 2 first-round picks, I think it's time for both sides to just leave. It's not because Max Crosby doesn't like the Raiders. I think Crosby's done a whale of a job in Las Vegas, but I think the Raiders want to not necessarily rebuild, but retool. And obviously, we know what the Ravens are going to pay for. So my question to you guys is, what teams, if Max Crosby is still on the trade block, would be interested in said player? Because I could think of 2 right here. One in Chicago and one in Detroit.
Detroit can't. We don't have.
Chicago.
Here's the thing: you have to have $30 million in cap space to trade. Yes. No. You have to have it when you trade for them. You can restructure them if you have it.
Yeah.
You have to have the $30 million up front.
No, because yes and no, because the Raiders can eat some of that contract. Therefore, you don't have to cover it all. So
No. They only eat
you
the
guys-
$5 million in dead cap. They have to agree to eat anything more than that. They weren't doing that. The Raiders were taking on the whole $30 million.
But JB, but they could do that in this scenario because of an injury. So you guys got like what 25 mil left? I think we got like 15.
Are you
So like
drinking
if the
Yoo-hoo
Raiders
tonight?
want them to go to the Bears or to Detroit, they're gonna have to do a restructure where they eat dead cap to make it fit. Like, yeah, the Bears or the Lions might give you 2 first rounders, but they're not going to eat that cap. You're going to have to redo something to his contract.
I don't think anybody's going. If it comes out that what I said is true, nobody will give 2 first rounders for Max Crosby.
Because look at the Raiders.
I don't agree with that.
Look what the Raiders did today with Geno Smith.
That.
Look at the Raiders were going to cut Geno Smith. Instead, they restructured his deal, traded him to the Jets, where the Jets are only on the hook for the league minimum this year, and they flipped a 6th and a 7th. But the Raiders are eating all of Geno's contract except for the league vet minimum, which the Jets will eat. So they could do the same thing to Max Crosby. They could eat the entire contract. He goes to Chicago or Detroit for the league vet minimum this year, right? And 2 first rounders. The question is, would the GMs on either of those teams be willing to take that risk? That's the big question. Are you willing to take that big a risk on Max Crosby, even at the vet minimum for this year, knowing that the following year you're probably on the hook for the 30 million or whatever it's going to be? So they got to get creative with the math, the contract.
I seriously doubt this is I don't know, obviously, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical person. I seriously doubt the Raiders would make this trade and have this happen. So they must have thought like that this was going to go through. They can't be that crazy because they were worried about this happening. So now you got a lower value. So I'm kind of thinking that another team he would pass the physical.
Yeah,
Ravens have a lot of guys have a problem passing Ravens conditioning tests, even vet players. Michael
Wouldn't
Pierce
it be
won a
funny
whole
if Trey
camp and
Hendrickson
couldn't
gets
pass.
signed wouldn't it be funny if the Ravens signed Trey Hendrickson tomorrow?
That would be wild.
By the way, I'll tell you what I think happens with Max Crosby right now. I think Max Crosby goes to the Dallas Cowboys, and you may think, why Dallas? Guess who performed the surgery? The Dallas Cowboy team doctor. Who's going to know everything about Max Crosby's knee? The Dallas Cowboy team doctor.
Yeah, but Jerry's not going to give him what he offered before now because Jerry didn't want to give 2 first rounds before. That's why they lost out to the Ravens. And they knew, and like you say, Dylan, they know everything because their doctor is a guy who performed the procedure. Now, do the Raiders come off the first two rounders to go a first round and a second round or something like that to Dallas? I don't know, but Dallas already spent their money. Does Dallas have cap room left? I mean, you got to look at the money thing. To be honest with you guys, the money thing doesn't matter. It does, but it doesn't. Because we all know if your team wants it, they will make shit happen. They could restructure Dak Prescott tomorrow and have all the money they need for Max, right? They could go to the Raiders and say, okay, look, if you want the 2 first rounders, cool, you're going to restructure it where you're going to eat this year's entire contract minus the vet minimum, and then we'll assume the rest of the risk for the other years of the contract. But for this year, because you might not play a full season, you're going to eat that. Maybe that's what that happens but the money, whether it's the Bears, the Lions, the Cowgirls, San Francisco, whoever, the money's a non-issue because we know that there's ways they can make it happen if they really want to. Let's be real. I mean, let's look at the Saints last year. We were all like, the Saints can't sign anyone. They're 20 million over. Next thing you know, they're 15 mil under. And you're like, how the hell did this happen? Restructure this, change that, move a decimal here.
And that's why the Saints were in cap jail for 1,000 years.
Well,
Like they spent 8-9 years. They spent 8-9 years in cap jail. That's why they got an old team. They couldn't do anything but restructure.
But they were still able to sign these ridiculously stupid contracts. They just guaranteed most of NTN's contract and still have cap space. So they were able to do stuff to try to remain relevant. Now that the product match what the coaching they have match, no, not really. But
might Max Crosby like what he's getting in return here after all this free agent signing? And say, wait a minute, we got a team here.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. He may look and say, wow, I got quitty pay for help across from me. We picked up a new defensive tackle. We picked up 2 linebackers. We picked up 2 corners. We picked up a safety. We got a defense. I'm staying.
And offensively, I've got the best center in the league to help protect my brand new rookie quarterback. And by the way, even with me staying and signing the first round picks, we can still go get some more offensive linemen not named Larry Bourne.
Now, Larry
Bourne was brought in not to be a starter. He's brought in to be a swing tackle for Dan Skipper, who retired.
Go tell Villain Squad that. But
I know.
Could the Ravens go back after Lindenbaum because now they have money opened up to try and take them away from the Raiders?
Lindenbaum is not happening. Lindenbaum is not happening. Well, I mean, technically, what he's talking about in terms of what they could do, but the contract that the Raiders offered him, the Ravens were not doing that. Because if the 27 million, they just would have franchised him, which they didn't want to do. They wanted to give him a little more than Creed Humphrey, so they're not signing Lindenbaum on that. That's
hey, Charles, I've got a question. So I mean, it seems like everybody's wanting a piece of the Ravens, particularly your coach down in the Meadowlands now with Likely, Patrick Card, a couple other guys. We know the Ravens never really participate in free agency. They usually build.
Did Patrick Card sign with the Giants?
Tonight.
Yeah, he did a little bit ago.
Did he really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that one.
They're trying to get Keaton.
And I did not know.
They're trying to get Mitchell too.
Mitchell, I figured. Ricard. Oh wow. I'm sorry, Dylan. Go ahead. I interrupted you.
Are you concerned that the Ravens are falling back too much a little bit? And if you don't make a big move, a la Troy Henderson, Lamar's best days of winning a Super Bowl might be history.
What a shame.
I think, if you don't get Trey Hendrickson. I think, if you get Trey Hendrickson, then you're not worried about the defense anymore because the problem was the pass rush was the thing. These guys going to the Giants does not surprise me. Doesn't surprise me that they're following Harbaugh there. I figured, except for I was hoping we keep Ricard, but a lot of these guys likely it makes sense getting more playing time. Darius Washington makes sense. I don't know if they're going to have a fullback next year, which is why they signed Ricard. So that doesn't – the guys going to the Giants, that doesn't surprise me.
That just happened, too, with Patrick Ricard, like in the last 20 minutes, right? That got announced that Patrick
No,
Ricard.
it was this afternoon, I thought.
I didn't hear anything about it till like 8:30.
I didn't see it till
Jeremy, we were talking about Bellinger on New York, and then we were talking about the Lively signing. Well, Bellinger went to Tennessee. In case we
Right.
failed to mention that, I didn't know, because I know we talked about Bellinger on one of the shows.
Hey, really quick, I'm sorry. Let me make this safety notice for people. If any of you follow Ravoy Sports on X, they've just converted the account to a fake Elon account. Yeah. You might want to go ahead and follow it because Rav does not, even though you might be watching on his page right now because his stream key works, he has no access to the page anymore.
By the way, I know how they get it, and I did not do it.
I know how they did it too.
It'll be somebody that looks like a podcaster friend that says "vote for me," and there's a link.
So, anywho, unfollow that account and delete any messages you get from it. It's now it's the new account name on it. It says Elon. So I just went to go delete the message. I was like, wait, Ravoy's not Eli or Elon. So it's a fake Elon account now. So odds are X is probably gonna get rid of it, but unfollow it and do not answer any messages. And Rav, mine happened to me in late November, and I still haven't got a reply from X. Luckily, your account wasn't like mine was, so you can probably get a new one and rebuild it. But as far as getting rid of your blue check mark, X will be of no help. So stopping that, you're gonna have to have your bank. You have to get a new bank card or however you were paying for it, which I have yet to do and I need to do because I'm still holding out hope I can get my old account back.
Okay, so
we are sharing on Rav's page tonight, just to let you know.
So, what now?
We are live on.
Yeah, I know the stream key works. So the stream key works for my old page. It still works, but that's only I can stream to it, but I can't do anything else because when it first got hacked, I'd stream, "Hey, you're watching this on a hacked account."
Hey guys, I just want everyone to know, like, whenever I go like this, that means I'm like saying hi to the people in the groups, and there's people talking, so I just don't interrupt.
Rav, you're muted. There you go.
Because I got a message from somebody that I just added, and they asked me to vote for them on some podcaster link, and I didn't do it. Yep. The next day, it was an Elon Musk account.
Yeah, that was Rav's account.
No. Wasn't Rav's. I'm saying this happened about a month ago.
I've got since I got hacked, I've gotten 5 or 6 of those. But yeah, I must have done it at like 2 or 3 in the morning one day. Whatever. But so just unfollow that account. Rav will let you know when he gets his new account up and running. I'm sure he'll get a new one up and a new blue check. But Rav, if it's been since November, I haven't gotten mine back, so don't expect it back. I would just cancel that credit card or whatever bank card you're using to pay for your blue check and just redo it all.
That's not hard to do. Thank you.
Now, in this illegal tampering period, not to mention trades, there have been a lot of trades, a lot of deals that have been agreed before the league year begins tomorrow at 4 o'clock. What has been your favorite trade or free agency signing? And Bear, we're going to start with you.
First off, it's Ken. That's okay. Secondly, my favorite, I don't know if I have a favorite. I think there are some really impactful ones. I think DJ Moore to the Bills is great impact for both teams. The Bears, even though I was against DJ leaving, wish he wouldn't, but at the end of the day, it makes sense with Jahadi Walker on this roster. You still have 3 very young receivers. You get a second-round pick in return. And what does Josh Allen get? A legit 1, which he hasn't had he definitely needed last year. I think that trade was massive. I think Evans going to the Niners was good for them. You look at, I think the Lions got 1 today with getting Pacheco. I think that was a good deal. I mean, there are a lot of good deals where I can look at, go, okay, what the Bears did and letting Tremaine Edmonds go and getting Devin Bush and then getting Kobe Bryant, they went with youth and actually maybe at linebacker, maybe an upgrade a little bit over Tremaine Edmonds. That one's debatable. But Kobe Bryant, bringing him in at safety, it's youth versus Byard, cheaper than Byard. I think they get the same production out of him or maybe just a smidge less, and I'm cool with that. Walker to KC is good. I mean, let's say there are a lot of good moves. I don't know if I have a fave right now. There's just a lot of really good moves. And to be honest, in a weird way, the Raiders now, if they can keep Max Crosby, they win the offseason. Because they just built a scary freaking defense.
Adam.
I'm curious to see what the Michael Pittman move. I'm curious if you want to. I mean, obviously, I'm going to go with my team. Obviously,
That's a good move.
obviously, we know Tua is one hit away from a concussion. Going to Atlanta, I don't know what he's going to be able to teach Penix. Malik Willis, is he really a starter or is he just a really, really good fill-in for needed time? We'll find that out. Obviously, we just learned about the Crosby move back to Raiders, so we'll see what happens. That's probably going to be a story for the offseason, unless the Raiders say, "Hey, we're just going to run with them and see what happens." But yeah, I'm curious to see the Michael Pittman move.
Hey, Adam, real quick on Tua. I know we all give him shit, but Tua has played the last 2 seasons without concussion.
But not without injury.
Yeah, without injury. And here's the thing.
No, not
Atlanta
without
offensive-
injury. He's missed time.
But not with concussion. That's the point. Because everyone said he's one hit away from being a scrambled soup, but 2 years. And now he's got a much better offensive line in Atlanta than he probably had in Miami.
Oh, we got a special guest.
So,
the big
I don't
man
know.
himself. Oh,
I don't know if you,
Yeah, that don't work.
Yeah, Marcus,
a lot of
got
shit there,
background
buddy.
noise. I don't know if that's a terrible move for the league vet minimum.
That's a cool look. Thanks for showing us. There we go. Now we can hear ourselves.
Nice.
That's cool, Marcus. That's cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
They winning?
Muted the mic there.
You muted the mic. And then
Oh, yeah, I have to. I was going to be
Adam, I
loud.
like
Yeah.
what the Steelers did with Pittman, though. They immediately extended him. I like that they did that, too. That's good for you guys.
There was another trade where that happened, too. I can't remember which one it was. And I thought that was a good move for that team.
So now we have Pittman and Metcalf for 3 years at least. Yes or no?
yeah.
So
Now you
that's
just got to
good
figure out
move.
who your quarterback's going to be.
Hopefully it's Will Howard.
It's going to be a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
No, it's not. Get the hell out
Actually,
of
they
here.
were saying that if Rodgers doesn't come back, there's interest from the Steelers in Kirk Cousins.
I don't know why.
That
I'm
was a
surprised
cool
Murray.
move.
I'm surprised Willis. Not maybe so much where he signed. I thought it would be Miami. I'm surprised Murray is still
He
two
can't be
ahead of
signed
Kyler
yet.
Murray.
He hasn't been released.
You have to trade for
Kyle
him.
Murray and Kirk Cousins, neither of them have been officially released yet, so they can't go anywhere.
Right. They are not officially released till 4 p.m. tomorrow. That being said, I do have on good faith that he's at the Minnesota airport today. There he is checking in, if you want to put that on the screen.
Who, Kyle Murray?
Yeah, Kyler Murray. We have him checking in at the airport, hitting the terminal there.
Dylan, call up that picture.
Oh,
Just click on it. Add the stream. That's funny.
It's in Minneapolis this afternoon. He flew in early.
There are a couple players. Oh, hey, one thing neither of us haven't said yet. What about the LA Rams basically just buying the Kansas City Chiefs secondary?
you know what? You
Good
lead
move.
me right. You lead me right into my conversation because I think the LA Rams just fixed their biggest weakness with 2 fell swoops, getting.
I'm not buying.
But I specifically like the trade better than the signing. And the reason why I say that is because in college, Trent McDuffie, his defensive back coach, was Jimmy Lake, who is the current defensive back coach of the Rams.
Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on. Orlando, can you hear us yet?
Oh no, the pic it muted. I think he's saying mute. Yeah, it muted when he put the picture up, but now.
Okay, go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey,
Continue. I just
JB,
wanted to
that
make
was the
sure.
other.
I
that was
just
the other
reading
trade
comment,
inside,
and it
by the
just
way.
said
No,
muted.
he's saying zero sound coming right now, FYI. So that might be on your end, Orlando, because it's working
No, he
fine
said there
here.
it is. He said there it is.
Okay. Anyways,
JB, that was the other. That was
Hold
the
on,
other
Ken.
trade
Ken, let
sign,
Jeremy
right?
finish his statement. I interrupted him because I
Yeah.
thought we were all
Well,
watching.
So-
let him know that was the other trade sign.
right. But Trent McDuffie was actually from California originally. He trained with Jimmy Lake when he was his college defensive back coach. Now he's reunited with him in the Rams secondary because he's the secondary coach there. That was a great move to reunite somebody when a guy was at his peak, because I think he played better in college than he did in the pros.
Favorites in the NFC, Rams.
1,000%, and it's not close.
No, it's the Seahawks and then the Rams to me, because the Seahawks just beat the Rams in the regular season and in the postseason. So until they're knocked off their pedestal, the Seahawks are still above them.
McDuffie, I think, is the best
say
corner in the league, maybe top 2, 3. And then
The
you get Watson
the
as
guy
well.
in Denver is number 1 on my list.
I mean,
but he's right there.
I mean, Dylan, I'm sorry. I wouldn't say it's not even close. I think there's a lot of teams in the NFC that you're still going to have to watch. You're going to have to watch Seattle. You're going to have to watch the Niners. You're going to have to watch Chicago, Detroit. You're not going to have to watch Green Bay anymore. You might have to watch. Well, Green Bay, they're losing everyone, and what are they replacing? Not much. You might still have to watch the Vikings. You're going to have to look at the Commanders and see what they do this year with Jaden Daniels back healthy. I mean, it's not like the Rams are running away with it because they got a new secondary. I mean, okay, you got a new secondary. Cool. You still have quarterbacks that can beat that secondary. Receivers that can beat that secondary.
Yeah, and Romeo Dobbs is now a Patriot.
Yeah.
Did that just
so the
happen?
Guardian cap.
I was just ready to ask that question. Did Romeo Dobbs go anywhere yet?
Yeah, so the Guardian cap that has its own gravitational pull will now affect Drake May's passes instead of Jordan Love's.
I mean, look, I wouldn't say the Rams are light years ahead of anyone else in the NFC. They did get better. I think they look at by bringing in a secondary, basically buying KC's secondary. You get what JB talked about in coaching comfortable with one of them, and then they were teammates. That helps that whole transition period. Those two already know how to play with each other. That helps too. But it doesn't it's not like Kansas City's secondary didn't get burned at times last year. They can still get burned, even though they wear a LA uniform now. I wouldn't say the Rams are running away with anything. I mean, there's a lot of teams NFC got better. The Bears got better. I mean, the Lions, I'm not sure if they got better. They definitely got, I don't know if they got better at running back, but they definitely gave Pacheco, his name scares you maybe a little bit more, but their running game is going to be good. They're still going to be a good team to watch. You look at the Niners, look at what they just did in the receiving core. I mean, you got to watch out for that threat.
They're the one I don't like, the Niners. That's the one I don't like. Go ahead.
Because
San Francisco's an old team.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Because, I said all along, and Ken, you were on the show when I said it on the Wednesday show, we're not going to have the money for Linderbaum. Whether McGovern gets re-signed or not, we're not going to have his kind of money either, because those are going to be two of the top setting the market type of centers. Who did I mention? Cade Mays. I said he's probably the third best one that was going to be available, and that was who I wanted, because he accidentally is better than Glasgow.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Lions. Their problem this year is going to be offensive line. That's just going to be their issue with their offense this year is going to be the line, because they've made an attempt to fix it, but I don't think they fixed it. But I think Pacheco is a better runner for the line that they have than what Monty was. And I love Monty. But I mean, the Lions, that's going to be the big question mark. Is going to be offensive line coming in. But look at the Rams. You got questions too. Stafford, he's not young. He's got some injury issues to worry about himself. Can he keep Devontae happy? That Rams team definitely looked good last year, but they can be beat. So Dylan, I wouldn't say they're running away with
anything. Is Corum a free agent this year?
No.
Because that's what everybody's saying. Oh, we should grab Corum.
What exactly happened with Taylor
This is
Decker?
only year 3 on a rookie deal.
I have no. What happened with Taylor Decker?
So,
that whole thing is weird.
his cap hit was going to be around 20 million this year. So he wanted an extension. We were offering him an extension, but only if he restructured this year to help with the cap space because we were over the cap. He refused to take the restructure. So therefore, we refused the extension, and he asked to be released. And he's released as of today.
Well, why wouldn't he take the restructure if you're getting the extension anyway? You're not, the numbers are going to be different.
Yeah. You don't lose the money. It just gets spread out over time. You still make the same amount of money. The only thing that's affected is that year's game check. That's it.
Because he seemed a little pissy on the way out there.
Like, yeah, he was.
All of a sudden, like, I never heard him act
he was upset. We asked him to take a restructure. Plain and simple. He did not want to make less in this season.
When you
don't make
a restructure, don't you end up making the same? You just get more of it right away.
Right. They change it over to some type of bonus that's paid out right away, and your game check gets less. I don't understand what he was thinking. Oh, they want me to make less this year? Screw them. That's basically what he said.
Nothing on Decker yet.
No, it's official. He's been released as of today.
No, as far as coming to Chicago, though, I mean, there was linkage there that he'd come back to Ben Johnson, but
well, we heard Alex Anzalone was going to Chicago. We heard Amik was going to Chicago. The only one they got was Khalif Raymond.
Dahlman was weird too.
Dude, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about Anzalone?
Weird as well.
You know what's funny about Anzalone? You know why he signed in Tampa? He lives in Tampa and doesn't want to leave home.
I know.
That was one of his. I mean, that's balling. You're at that point in your career, like, I'm only going to sign for a team where I don't have to leave my house.
But that was a great move on what the Bears did right away. Instead of letting him go to free agency, because he was going to be cut on the 11th due to cap restrictions, they traded for Garrett Bradbury instead of having to pay him on the open market.
Is that a good backup you guys signed today, Trim?
Which one? Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah.
He's been here before. He knows the system. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. But Ken, what happened with Dahlman? Drew Dahlman, that was kind of weird too. He just retired. He just got a big contract.
And we're gonna have to wait because he has not said anything to anyone in the media yet as to why he retired. It's all speculative as to why. I have not seen a single press release from him or interview. You know that's going to happen at some point. It definitely threw us for a loop. At least the Bears, real quick, identified what they wanted, made a trade for it. Is he a drop off? Yeah. Is he reunited with his college teammate? Sure. Anyone who's playing next to Tooney is going to be a little bit better. So, is it going to be a little bit of a drop off? Yeah, it is. But will he be better than he was in New England? Probably. I'd give him that because he's playing next to Joe Tooney, his old college roommate. So, okay. But the thing I was happy to see the Bears do was very quickly address it, like within 72 hours. Boom, addressed. And they did not let it negatively affect the rest of their offseason plans.
And for the same reason you're happy about that, that's the reason why I'm happy with the Cade Mays signing. Because we were an hour into the legal tampering period, and you hear Cade Mays is a lion. And I was like, my God, it's like I spoke it into existence for the last month.
And then we got Khalif Raymond from the Lions today.
That's the one person you did get, and I don't mind it.
That hurts. That's really the one that hurts a lot. A lot of Lions fans are like, man, this hurts because they liked them a lot. And honestly, I'm like, okay. I mean, he's going to be a kickoff return guy only. They're not going to use him as a receiver probably. But even like St. Brown was like, in his goodbye to him, was like, you knew it hurt because they liked him there in the locker room and whatnot. A lot of fans liked him. Bears fans were kind of like, okay, he's a return guy. Great. Not overly enthusiastic about it, but I think it was a good signing. But it just fits what Foles has done this offseason. He's been very strategic and putting his money in places he needs to put it, and they haven't been the big splash. I mean, Kobe Bryant might be the big splash.
That is a big splash. That's your best move, in my opinion. Because I'm sorry, Devin Bush to me, and I'm going to say it again. I'll say it to your face because I said it the other night. he is the Kyler Murray of linebackers. Don't ask him to cover a tall tight end.
Well, neither could Edmonds. So, but he did.
I
lead the
know.
team. But unlike Edmonds, he led his team in tackles. So
Right?
I mean,
No, that's the one thing he's good at.
So he's a good fit for what we've already got. But I mean, I like overall what the Bears have done. But like, I don't know. There's some interesting free agents out there, and there's some. Then you get what happened tonight with Max, and then you still got Trey Hendrickson out there, but he wants $40 million a year. Good luck with that.
You said the key, Orlando. You said the key word there. 1 year, $15 million.
Lions don't have it.
We don't have that kind of money. Remember, we still have to sign draft picks. Even if the restructure is Goff and it cleared $40 million in cap, we've already spent 20 of it.
You know what's funny though? I love looking at the Twitter fan bases, the X fan bases, and when someone gets signed, well, we could have done that. Well, we could have done that. Well, why didn't we do that? Like,
I know.
You know what was a quiet signing? Rico Dowdle to the Steelers. That was a
great signing. It wasn't
no
quiet to me. I celebrated it.
No one has talked about it. Like I haven't heard much about it because Rico Dowdle was a quiet runner.
Hey, you've got a van down by the Three Rivers now. Uncle Rico's got his van.
I thought he was really good in Carolina last year too. I'm surprised they didn't try harder to sign him as well.
Orlando, here's the problem. The Saints have been doing that for the last 10 years, spreading it out over the years. That's how they've been able to keep their team together. If you already got to restructure 3 to 4 guys to clear your cap room to make it so you can make a move, you're not going to do a futures voided contract for a 1-year rental.
Here's a question. With NTN leaving Jacksonville, driving the 8 hours to NOLA, what's up with Alvin Kamara? Or do they keep him or try to move him?
I think they're going to have to move on from him because he's at the last year of that contract, and the dead cap's low enough that that'll actually clear a lot of cap. I think you'll hear that first at 4 p.m.
He may retire as well. I think he's about at the point where it's.
Why? He had 1,000 yards.
Might give it up.
Still producing. Why?
Oh, I'm
not sure that he's going to go.
We have breaking news.
I have something. Yeah, Wesley Steinberg that writes there in Baltimore says, "I'm told Max Crosby was popped for fentanyl on the physical."
There goes the trade value, right, man?
If that's the case, he's not going anywhere but back to a Raider. If that's true.
I have no words to say. And
where did you see that, Joe?
Wait.
It was just posted in my Lions chat. A guy just copied it off of X and put it in there.
Who was the reporter, Jeremy?
Wesley Steinberg.
I've heard that name before.
No, but that was in 20. No, wait. No, I don't believe that.
3/10/26 at 8:11 p.m. is when he wrote it.
No.
I'm checking Rappaport and Sheffy right now, and neither of them have it at all.
No. Okay, back to normal programming.
I'm just saying, if that's what it is, wow.
If it is fentanyl, then yeah, there goes the trade value. Nobody's gonna.
Nobody will trade for him at that point.
Okay, so you guys see the picture that I put in the background tonight?
Not really, because it's so tiny. Make yourself fill the screen. Click on your picture and make it go big.
Wait.
There you go. Oh, your Trevor Lawrence picture?
No, the background.
I think he's talking about Paul Skenes.
Let me see if I could do. There.
The stream background.
Oh,
that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
A certain guy from LSU pitched for Team USA last night and looked unhittable.
Nice.
4 innings. I think he 4 innings, and I think he. By the way, Paul Skenes started off at I think Navy, and then transferred to LSU, and Griffin Jacks went to the Air Force and got a key double play in the 8th inning last night. Let me see. Let me see how many strikeouts Skenes got in 4 innings. He struck out 7, gave up 1 hit. So Adam, I mean, is it crazy? Is it crazy that the baseball world can finally see maybe the best right-handed starter in the sport?
Right-handed, yes.
Well, he's been in the Cy Young Award every year so far. It's hard to fight that notion.
So, I mean, by the way, I think the U.S. is losing 3-0 to Italy right now in the 3rd inning. Oh, gosh, yeah. Nolan McLean gave up 2 home runs to the Italians.
Who hit him?
I am not seeing anything on X on this Max Crosby thing.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Kyle Teal hit one. I don't know who hit the other one.
Caglione.
I saw Drew Jones with a diving catch. I don't know nothing about nothing else. Drew Jones, Andrew Jones' son, who's been in the minors for all this time, making a diving catch at the World Baseball Classic. Shout out to Drew Jones, man.
Yeah, and Japan's winning, so is Dior, Venezuela, all the big boys will win. Wait a minute, let me see.
No,
Is Shohei hurt?
I mean, Skenes
No.
and Scooble are way ahead of everybody else as far as the list. I mean, it's not even. I don't think anybody's anywhere near these guys. I think Cole and Wheeler, Zach Wheeler, they're way away from.
Well, that leads me to my next question. We know Scooble's heading back to Lakeland now, so do you think?
no, he's actually staying with the team because he's debating on pitching a second game.
No. I heard last night Scooble's going back to Lakeland. He's done.
Oh, that's funny because I heard him just say in an interview last night that he was debating on pitching another game. So I don't know who to believe here because he said that on an 11 o'clock newscast.
I've got friends in low place. I've got baseball contacts in Houston right now, and
Do we need to win? Do we need to win this game today to stay in, or are we in?
it would help.
Ooh.
No, go ahead.
Hey, JB. If the Raiders bring in an independent doctor, and the independent doctor from the NFL clears Max Crosby, we could have a situation here.
Ooh, Sam Howell to Cowboys just happened.
If the Raiders could request the league to bring in an independent doctor for a physical, if Crosby passes that physical, the NFL could punish the Ravens for this. Interesting.
Wait a minute. What is this? What is this again? What?
If the Raiders Gary Jones with the doctor.
I guess
Man, I tell you what though, like you're a GM. Does this make you second guess doing a trade with the Ravens going forward?
Yes.
Or even signing there.
I don't know about that one. Players are going to take the money regardless of want to play there. But I totally agree with that. If I'm a GM and I got to put the Raiders are very upset. I could tell by the press release they didn't take no responsibility. They put it all on the Ravens.
And the Ravens still have not said a word.
Oh, they're not going to.
Not a single thing from them.
DaCosta doesn't really. Yeah, that's an Eric DaCosta thing. He's not gonna come out and say anything, whatever. He doesn't like, he's not as bad as Mike Elias, but he'll give some opinion, but he doesn't do extra press conferences and extra talk. He doesn't need to talk. He's not going to.
I'll tell you what. If you're the Ravens, you best hope that the Raiders don't trade him to another AFC North team.
I don't know. I don't know if the Cincinnati Bengals would do that.
So now that we're on free agency and everything, I just got this trade offer in my dynasty league. What would you guys do? I got offered Patrick Mahomes and DJ Moore, both old, for Marvin Harrison Jr., a 2026 third and a 27 first.
I actually might take that trade.
Who's Mahomes throwing to this year, though?
Yes, that is going your class.
Maybe you're worthy. Maybe you're worthy.
Travis
brother.
Kelce still.
Kelce and Worthy. But now he's got
They just got Kenneth
And-
Walker.
And they just got Kenneth
NTN.
Walker.
an NTN. Yeah, I might take that trade too.
Etienne. They don't have Etienne.
Or not NTN, I mean Walker.
Kenny Walker.
Yeah, Walker.
But I have to give up a first in 27.
Oh, you have to give up the first?
Yeah, I'd give up Marvin Harrison Jr., the third, and a first next year.
For Mahomes,
And DJ Moore.
And-
DJ Moore, and a third, right?
Yeah, I don't know about this.
Marvin Harrison Jr. isn't good.
Now that we don't even know who the quarterback is.
It's Jacoby Brissett.
Not further than I go that he's not good. I think it's still a little early for that.
I think. I don't.
He was super
Yeah.
dominant in college.
He got he
I know
got
that's
in-
not the same thing, but he was in college. Like
Yeah, there's a
way
lot of
way
those
early.
Ohio State wide receivers that are super dominant in college and flail in the NFL. So
We have breaking news. We have a Shefty tweet. Whoa! Former Eagles quarterback Sam Howell has agreed to a one-year deal with the Dallas Cowboys.
yeah, we already said that once.
Did you?
Yeah.
I just missed it. He just posted it. Oh, you're quick.
So should I go after? He has Kenneth Walker. Should I go after Kenneth Walker in this deal?
Yeah,
I take Kenneth Walker all day long now.
I would take Kenneth Walker over DJ Moore.
Or should I try and get all three?
If you're gonna give up that first, I'd go all three. As you say, you throw in Walker, we got a deal.
Is it completely over in Kansas City?
I know that they lost a lot on defense. Leo Chanel's a free agent, which I'm surprised he still is. That's a good linebacker that nobody's signing right now, especially if you got
McDuffie, I mean McDuffie's gone, Watson's
Chanel.
gone, Chanel's gone, Cook's gone.
Chris Jones is old and not looking as dominant as he used to.
I'm
Um,
not sure. I think it's over for them. I don't think they bounce back this year. I'd be
here's what I would
surprised.
say: when the
They have
Chiefs,
Go ahead, Dylan.
when the Kansas City Chiefs trade Tyreek Hill, I think we thought, "What are the Chiefs doing?" Then they won the next 2 Super Bowls. Give Brett
Yeah.
Veach a few more draft picks. Look out.
And then they lost one and won 6 games.
Yeah, but
Nah, he isn't still him. He was
I'm
not
not
the
so
same
sure.
this past season.
should I go after Olave or McConkey?
McConkey.
Oh, I like Chris Olave
Actually, there's rumors that Olave could get traded.
to New England. Oh no.
Who went to New England?
No,
Nobody.
there's rumors that they're trying to trade for Olave in New England.
Oh, wouldn't doubt it. Yeah,
AJ
Tariq could
Brown
come back
is
there, but I
AJ
don't.
Brown is
Tariq-
still in Philly. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's saga.
I heard since Brian Thomas Jr. got taken off the trade block today because the fake tweet yesterday that put him on it. The team that's offering the best offer right now for AJ Brown is in their division, the New York Giants. How crazy would that be?
It wouldn't surprise me that Harbaugh liked him. That
I
wouldn't
know,
surprise
but
me. I can
AJ
see
Brown and Malik Neighbors on that team, he'd be complaining by week 8 about targets because he's got to share them with somebody who's
Well,
actually better than
and
Devontae
Isaiah
Smith when
Likely,
healthy.
and Isaiah Likely. Let's not forget Likely.
Giants may be the best team in that division. The way this is, the Eagles don't kind of
Yeah,
get
I know.
moving here. I mean, the Giants. I mean, they this is like 5 Ravens now. From there,
Well,
you got
that
Harbaugh.
team-
You got
That
Go
team
ahead.
that's about 45 minutes north of you, right? The Commanders, they're a big question mark because last year was not indicative of how good that team is with the injuries they had. Look, I think the Commanders will be better this year, but the Giants, don't forget, they get Isaiah Likely as well, taking up targets and tight end, and then you get Neighbors back. I mean, if they got AJ Brown, he'd be bitching by JB's right by week 5 because there's gonna be a lot of they got Dart's got places to put that ball. Put it that way. I don't think AJ Brown leaves the Eagles. I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and he'll be there, and it'll be the same old drama. Oh, the Bears didn't get compensation either, and that's, by the way, the Rooney Rule no longer exists, I guess,
Evidently.
because even even when Atlanta and Chicago are both saying, yeah, they deserve, there should be compensation picks, and the NFL says, no, it doesn't matter that he's the GM. It's because you have a new president of football operations. It negates the Rooney Rule. I guess the Rooney Rule doesn't exist anymore.
Holy cow. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. What in the world is going on tonight?
I don't know what's going on.
Holy cow. I know I don't watch NBA. Bam Adebayo scored 77 points for the Miami Heat tonight.
Good for them.
Yep.
77.
Did they lose?
They're up by 25.
who scored 77? Bam Adebayo?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that plays for the Heat?
Yes.
Was he playing a D-League team?
Yeah, we were up 3-1 at the start of the third for the Red Wings, and we lose to the Panthers 4-3.
Did anyone see all those fights yesterday in between the Lightning and the Sabres?
And that there were 15 goals.
There were 10 fights within like 5 minutes of the game, into the 5 minutes of the game. Absolutely insane.
Tom Pellisario wins the quote of the night from Tom Pellisario on the Ravens deal. He says one GM summarized the feelings around the league as, quote, "This is very much bullshit on Baltimore's part," end quote. Tom Pellisario, you win the internet.
I completely agree.
I mean, I think
completely agree.
I would not be surprised if the Ravens are stripped of picks.
No, I don't think that'll happen. I mean, I think here's what the funny part is. It's not hard for an NFL player to fail a physical. It really isn't. So that's why I laugh when I hear failed a physical. I mean, players play with all type of illnesses and shit. How many guys over 30 are already told to retire? Like 40% of the league, 50%. Doctors told them to retire. So failing a physical is kind of funny.
Hey, here's a take. Pro Football Talk tweets the following. Every trade is contingent on a player passing a physical. But the Raiders didn't say Crosby failed his Ravens physical. The Raiders said the Ravens backed out of the trade. This feels bigger than a failed physical. And that goes back to look at everyone knew he had the procedure. And the Raiders were everyone knew there was discussion, there was disclosure. I kind of might agree with that. I look at they knew that he wouldn't pass the physical. He just had knee surgery, a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
Of course he wasn't going to pass the physical. He just had the surgery. I kind of agree with that take there by, and I'll give the credit again from Pro Football Talk, PFT. They're like, this seems like it's something bigger. And then it goes back to the earlier, hey, if the Raiders go to the NFL, say we want an independent doctor. Here's everything we disclosed. Is there anything different from what we disclosed? That independent doctor says no. then yeah, the NFL could strip the Ravens of picks. Maybe not their first rounders, but there could be a punishment. This thing is going to be messy.
I guess
It'll absolutely be a first round, considering the trades were first round picks.
I guess from what I'm hearing, the Raiders weren't as far under the cap as you thought, and they're going to have to void 2 of their contracts to the players they just got in order to stay under the cap if Max hits their cap as of 4 p.m. tomorrow. So that's what all this is about. It's about they're going to lose 2 of the players they signed. You know they're not going to give up Linderbaum because that would be stupid, and they probably won't give up Quiddy Pay.
Over the cap. I'm looking at over cap right now. Team cap space $37.9 million. That includes Max Crosby. That includes Linderbaum. That includes Kuntz. That includes Naylor. That includes Nakobe Dean. So no, I think they're fine. They're looking at over the cap. I mean,
but that's not official. Over the cap
Crosby
is not official while
signings
and stuff are happening.
It does not go official till 4 p.m. They may be on there, but their salary does not count to the league start at 4 p.m. And then you got to be cap compliant by March 13th. That's not added in
but
yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like right now, over the cap has those guys all calculated in, and still has the Raiders with $37 million cap space. And if you want to talk about restructures, they could restructure Max Crosby, save $21 million, and be compliant. And if I'm the Raiders, I can go to the NFL and say, hey, look, I need an extension to do a couple things because we had made this trade in good faith that the Ravens dropped at the 11th hour. So I don't think they're going to void any of their contracts. I don't think, because I know there are some people saying, well, now they're going to void the Linderbaum contract because of this, and the Ravens are going to re-sign him. And I don't know if that happens. I think if I'm the Raiders too, I can go to the league and say, look, we trade with the Ravens in good faith. They dropped us at 11th hour, give us an extra 12 hours to fix our cap. And I'm sure the NFL gives it to them. But according to over the cap, that's not the case, JB.
Well,
I don't understand the Raiders being mad.
Like
you guys said, he's not coming back to a much improved team. I understand why the Raiders are furious, and they ought to be furious.
Right.
Unless this actually is a serious, legit injury.
By the way, didn't the Ravens also void a Brock Marion trade in the signing in the 90s?
Yeah. This is not the first time they've done this. This is not the first time they've voided a trade or voided a free agent signing because of a physical and of that. I believe.
Yeah, Ryan Grant was one.
Yeah, the Ryan Grant was one. I believe they got cold feet here for whatever reason. I think that's part. I would be shocked if it's unless it's really bad.
So
I think the Raiders would be mad because of losing the picks, because that's 2 blue chip players that you're going to play rookie contracts on. And with what they signed defensively, they probably felt, okay, now we can work on the offensive line some. And now maybe they don't get to work on the offensive line like they wanted to in the draft or free agency, because now you got to pay Max $30 million this year, $30 million next year. That impacts maybe what they were going to do offensive side of the ball. But I kind of agree with you at the same time. Like, I'd be upset because they screwed you on the deal. But at the same time, your defense now, when Max comes back, is nasty. And then you've got a stud center. You're going to have the number 1 pick overall quarterback. You've got better weapons for that quarterback. You got probably another $15 million you can play with, maybe, and try to improve the offensive line. Maybe you get Max to restructure and free up another $20 million there, and you can still do what you wanted to do a little bit with the offensive line, because what's out there on offensive line free agents that's going to cost them more than $5 or $10 million right now? Not much.
What would be?
I do believe the Raiders. Go ahead.
If they have that independent position, do the physical, and nothing's changed from what they disclosed, is if somehow they can force the Ravens to still give up the 15th pick and they keep Max Crosby.
Well, the NFL could award it to them.
Right. It could happen.
I believe the Raiders would be fine keeping him if that's the way it goes.
Mitch,
I think I don't think they'd be upset
is
about that.
absolutely not true. When he left, he did nothing but praise the Raiders organization.
Yep. Agreed.
So I don't know where you Lions fans are getting the fact that he wants out from, because he never said the
Because
words.
they want him in Detroit.
I know.
Poison the well.
I
Poison
know.
the well. Dude, could
But
you
we-
imagine?
I'll be honest. Who wouldn't want Max Crosby on their team?
I understand that, but that isn't what I'm saying. Max never said the words, "I want out."
Right.
As a matter of fact,
I
he said how much he wanted to stay.
I don't agree. I agree with the way he's been classy about the whole deal. But if he wants to stay a Raider, he still be a Raider. Come on.
But
Let's
could you
not.
imagine,
There's
though?
no way they want to trade him, or
But could you
they'd rather
imagine?
keep
Let's
him.
say the NFL
Yeah.
awards in the number 15 pick. I mean, what a complete middle finger to the Ravens. Then you keep Max Crosby, and now you've got a second pick in the first round to draft that offensive lineman at a rookie contract. I mean, the Raiders. At the end of the day, it's just the Ravens giving them a free first round pick, and the Raiders completely overhauling that defense. Wow.
Oh, 100% it's not possible to get him here, because that would set us. Basically, you put that $30 million on our roster, we can't even sign draftees, and everybody we just signed goes away.
$35 million is his cap.
But I tell you,
5 million stays. 5 million stays as dead cap with the Raiders automatically.
True.
30 million is what you have to have.
But I tell you what, playing just fantasy football, if you had Crosby on one side and Henderson on the other side, that would be. I'm telling you, that would be. I'm not saying it will happen, the numbers and all that, but I think that's why you're thinking about that. Like, man, if you could get those two guys, man.
If you're a Lions fan and you max restructure Goff and St. Brown, that frees up 61.3, we'll call it. And you've got four, we'll call it four, so it gives you 67 million with what you've got in cap to sign your draftees and make a Max Crosby trade. So yes, it could happen, Mitch. It could happen, Orlando. It could happen, but the Lions didn't have to make them. Basically would have to max restructure Goff and St. Brown. I don't know if they want to do that.
I don't think we do. I think the only one we're going to end up restructuring is Goff, because that clears enough cap to sign what we have.
Holy
Our draft class.
So sorry guys.
And they won't even do a max restructure.
Sorry guys. Bam Adebayo just got 82 points. He just stopped Kobe.
Okay.
And you know what? And just for y'all watching out there, he's playing the Wizards. So it's not like a real NBA team that he's playing.
Right.
That's why I was wondering why he's scoring so many points.
You mean the Washington Generals, Rap?
No, you're playing Washington. You know what playing Washington is? Every team in the NBA becomes the Harlem Globetrotters when they play Washington.
The Washington Generals were supposed to lose. They were never supposed to win. I don't even think the Wizards could beat them, even in that situation, as bad as the Wizards have been.
Are the Pistons for real? They're a good team. Have they been floundering of late? Yes. They're for real.
I don't think the Pistons are not winning the NBA title this year. They're not even getting in the NBA
No,
title.
I didn't say that. I said he asked if they're real. Yes, they're real. They've been one of the best teams in the East all goddamn season. 4-game losing streak does not make you horrible.
Well, Pistons don't have enough shooting.
I think with if Jason Tatum gets back, they got a problem.
Well, Tatum's
Because Boston
back.
is, Tatum's is just, I think, like Jason Tatum's back sooner than thought, and I think the Pistons.
Well,
got
the
a
good
problem.
news is
the Celtics are really good.
The losing streak ends tonight because the Pistons are up 134-97 over the Nets.
And by the way, Jaylen Brown's been ejected against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs, but that's all NBA discussion for the night.
Well, Jaylen Brown
And by
got
the way, if
ejected
the
again.
Bears want to
imagine
get
that.
on Max Crosby, I'm looking at their numbers right now. Even with restructures, you got to figure they need to come up with $30 million. and they can't. Even if you did a max on Sweat, Johnson, Tooney, Deo, Jonah Jackson, and Grady Jarrett, I think you might still fall short. So I think the Bears would be out of any kind of max Crosby.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, I want to do one more conversation. You know, it's really been 6 months since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's been 6 months since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And you know, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. But you know what? I'm with you. I love you guys, and you know what? I'm glad you love me, and I may be quirky, but
What's gonna happen?
I don't know. I have no idea.
The trial is still in pre-trial. They haven't gotten to the main trial yet.
Well, whenever that case happens, it's going to be one of the most publicized cases of this century.
No, it already happened. The most publicized case of the century.
OJ.
Which one? Which one?
OJ was last century. Or are you talking Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard? That was.
Oh gosh. No, I mean
It was pretty publicized.
I thought we were
What?
watching Fannie Willis and Letitia
The
James.
The Charlie Kirk thing. Why is this so hard? Wasn't he shot in front of everybody here? I mean, why
So,
is this taking
right now,
years?
Right now, what they're arguing about in the court system is whether or not if cameras will be allowed in the courtroom for it to be televised. Then they're arguing about how you can't get a fair trial. Then they're doing all the pre-trial motions to make this go longer to try to get rid of evidence. Look, the defense attorneys are doing what defense attorneys are paid big money to do, and the biggest argument right now is whether or not that trial will be on court TV or not. Pretty much. At the end of the day, it'll probably end up on court TV, but they're going through all the motions. And I mean, you're right, Rav. This should be pretty simple, right? This should be pretty simple, but because there's so much politicalness attached to it, the political assassination, and you got people who are obviously happy it happened, they're going to give this kid all the money he needs to fight it, and his attorneys are going to be more than happy to take all the money they're getting to fight it, to throw up every roadblock to try to do whatever, because some people believe it's justified because of their political stance, and that's why it's going to take.
That's right. I was the one.
You want a deal to take 3 months, work it out face to face. You want a deal to take 3 years, get a lawyer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is, brother. I mean, they're gonna suck they're gonna suck all your pockets dry.
The politicalness of this, though, is what's funding it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're making the reason he has the funding, his attorney team has the funding, is the millions of dollars in GoFundMe accounts are pouring in to fund the legal defense, and that's
Hey, guys,
you gotta have.
I got a boogie.
okay, I will end this now. So for Adam, Brad, Ken the Bear fan, Jeremy, this is the Big D signing off for now.
Generational wealth. Okay.
You're
Way
absolutely
too many for one sentence.